Welcome to this short video on how to choose the topic for your research and analysis project for the BSc in Applied Accounting. My name is John Playle and I'm the Chief Moderator and Academic Conduct Officer for the BSc in Applied Accounting at Oxford Brookes University. The first two pieces of advice I can give you are read the guidelines that we make available on our website, and remember that it is you who selects the topic and organisation, not your mentor, tutor, fellow students or anybody else. It is your project. Of course, you may wish to discuss some concerns, but it is your decision. You're going to be the one who's going to spend time researching and writing the research and analysis project, so you need to be comfortable and confident about the subject. Before deciding on an organisation for your project, you must choose from a list of 20 topics available. There are many myths about what is the easiest topic to pass or the one that has the highest pass rate. Not one of those myths is supported by evidence. The easiest topic is the one you know most about and would enjoy researching and writing, and there is no evidence supporting the theory that some have a higher pass rate than others. You do need to think about the kind of research that will be required or is appropriate for your topic choice. For example, topic 8, the most popular choice, around 2/3 of submissions, is the business and financial performance of an organisation over a 3-year period. And this will almost certainly be supported 100% by secondary research of material in the public domain. Any attempt to try to arrange an interview with a senior executive of a major organisation will probably not succeed. Indeed, if all the interviews alleged to have taken place in students' research and analysis projects actually did take place, the executives concerned would have no time to carry out their duties. In any event, you are less likely to obtain objective comments and answers from the company than an independent commentator. If you think about it, this view would also apply to some other topics. Considering topic 6, however, the second most popular topic, the key factors or indicators in the motivation of employees in an organisation, it would be hard to imagine that this would be possible to complete such a project without extensive primary research. Again, this approach would apply to some other topics. So, having selected your topic, you must now choose your organisation. Remember that you will be looking for a great deal of information about the organisation. So, my first piece of advice is to look up the name of the organisation you're thinking about on the internet. If you get very few hits, it probably is not a good idea to make that the subject of your research. I'm often asked if it's possible to write a project where the subject organisation is a charity, government department or public authority. Of course, in theory it is, but it will rather depend on the topic. For example, such organisations would not lend themselves to topic 8 or some others where business and financial performance is critical to the research and analysis project. On the other hand, they could well be very appropriate for other topics like 1. Dealing with budget control, 6. Motivation, 9 and others. Another question that I'm frequently asked is whether it's a good idea to use your own employer as a subject organisation. Of course, the first thing to consider here is the question of ethics. You are likely to have access to sensitive information that is not in the public domain. You must provide evidence from your employer that you have been given permission to reveal such data. From my own experience of marking and moderating these many projects, I have found that using your employer for any of the accounting topics, particularly 8, is really not a good idea. Not just for ethical reasons, although they are important, but also because it is difficult not to have a preconceived conclusion about the company, whether good or bad. Also, if the organisation is not well known and for whom information is not in the public domain, it may be impossible for you to provide sufficient referencing to enable the marker to verify the data and information that you are using. Of course, there are other topics where using your employer is not only very beneficial, but sometimes essential. Topic 6 will almost certainly require the completion of questionnaires or interviews that would be extremely difficult if you did not work there. But don't forget the ethical question. Writing about an organisation's budgetary control would also be very difficult from outside that organisation. There are other examples, but I'm sure that you can work that out. One last thing. A lot of thought has gone into the titles of the topics you can choose from. They all reflect a part of the ACCA syllabus for papers F1 to F9. They are very clear as to what is required from each of them. Make sure that your research and analysis project meets those requirements. You cannot write a report and then decide which topic it matches most. The research and analysis project must be written specifically to fit the requirements of that topic heading. So, in summary, 1. You choose the topic and company that you want to write about. 2. Make sure there's plenty of data in the public domain. Check on the internet. 3. Think about whether the topic is appropriate for the organisation. 4. Be careful and think if the topic is appropriate if using your employer, and remember to consider ethics. 5. Make sure you write to cover all the requirements of the topic. Thank you for listening, and I wish you every success in your studies.